Hey guys, I'm FilthyRobot. Welcome back to D&D with Galg, Solitaire, Xilo, and Ricky. Continuing where we left off, quick recap. The party headed, I believe it was west and then north, out of the city, looking for the remnants of the townsfolk, who we heard were being held or had been led up to some caves northwest of the town. The party didn't really know exactly where these caves were, so we stumbled across a cave and went inside, and there was a large pack of goblins and ogres and things like that, which we had a bit of a run-in with. And then an enormous slime beast as well. So if you missed any of that, you can catch up on that in the last episode. It came out, party came out victorious, kind of.
Barely.
Barely. It was a nice fight. It was a well-done fight. Everyone came out having had some damage taken. And we have just leveled up, which is kind of cool, which is really seems a very, very slow process in this game. So we have new things burning holes in our pockets, new things we want to hurt people with, or help, I suppose. That might come up one day. And that's where we're probably going to catch up, where we're going to take off. We have just left the scene of the fight, stumbled out into the open, kind of bleeding. We had a little bit of a break after that fight, but we're probably looking to do a little bit of a longer break now. So I think we'll take off from there.
All right. So, long rest.
Well, we're now outside the cave, right? A little ways off. I think we tried to get
even like 1 kilometer away. I think somewhere there. Like,
yep.
Okay.
It wasn't like some safe best position to take the rest, but yeah.
Only because we don't really expect there to be any safe-ish spots since it's just open hills.
All right. Well, should we set some watches and try to get some rest and then head back in after?
Yes, this is my vote.
Are you sure about that? If there are prisoners inside, they can be taking them away right now.
If there are people inside, then they might kill us. Let's not get killed.
I hear your
Also,
point, Eryn, but I'm not convinced we could save ourselves right now, let alone someone else.
I understand. It's just
I look at
we are
Nalla.
kind of in a hurry and long rest. It's
Feels like a stiff breeze could knock Nalla over right now, which is not what we normally want. My vote is for a long rest to take. I guess what's the time of day now, Sully?
Very early morning.
Take the bulk of the day and maybe approach again this evening.
Thing is, like, you guys long rested like 5 hours ago.
that's the problem. Like we must do something.
You know, now that I think about it,
Because you guys long rested before you went into the caves.
now that I think about it, I'm not that tired after all. I think, Eryn, you've moved me. Your point about potentially these townsfolk being taken somewhere they don't want, right under our nose. I couldn't live with myself. I guess we're gonna head back and check it out.
In the worst case, we can still heal up with short rest if anybody specifically needs.
We just did a short rest. So I suppose worst case scenario, we just run away.
Maybe even best case scenario, we run away if we encounter something.
Okay, sounds good.
How
about
badly is
Eryn?
everyone? How's everyone feeling now? Do you still have any visible scratches or burns?
Yeah, I'm still in a lot of pain.
How do I, in character, say roughly half?
Okay,
the pin's right
I'm
up
going to
here.
use my last level 2 spell slot to cast Prayer
I-
of Healing.
I
Oh,
think
because
I'm
it's
feeling the
cast.
best out of everybody.
Yep. Okay.
Okay.
I'm going to cast Prayer of Healing then.
Cool.
I also have still ability to use one spell, so
Ooh, is that the 13 healing?
Yep.
that's the 10-minute spell, right?
Yep.
Filthy,
Alright,
what spells did you take, by the way?
I took the spell Blur and Dark Vision.
Alright.
They're on my character sheet. You should be able to see them.
Does he have this, even though we still didn't have long rest after like leveling up? Isn't this
Yeah.
supposed to gain this after long rest?
No,
He
I
can't
also
cast any. He can't cast any of his level 2 spells, but he still learned them from just leveling.
Why can't I cast them?
Okay.
You don't.
Because we didn't long rest.
Wait, so do I?
You
Wait.
start with your skills. You start with your spell slots unfilled. Then.
That's how I understand it.
Yeah, the same as hit die. The same with the maximum hit points fill up. Like you get that after a long rest.
Oh, I see. Okay, that's fine. I just didn't know.
Right, okay. Then I don't actually have that spell slot.
Oh, god damn it.
Okay.
You only have your spell slots if you get spell slots after a short rest.
Yeah.
No, I said I increased.
Yeah, I know.
my
With
level. Yep.
Cleric does, yeah.
Go. I think I'm keeping track correctly. I used my arcane recovery. I think I'm back up at four level 1s. I think. Maybe I wasn't tracking well last time. I don't really quite remember, honestly. I'll round down one just in case. All right. Fine with that. Okay. So we need to get through the day and the night then, while still accomplishing stuff without taking too many risks.
We can go investigating inside, because did somebody use a really loud something that made the ooze come at us? I think.
Yep.
I don't remember what was the spell. Or
You did not remember the giant thunderous boom that the cleric did?
Oh, now that you mention it.
Standing next to you.
Now that you mention it, it's just I'm not hearing you real well right now, and couldn't quite make out what you said.
What I'm trying to point out is that after this noise, nothing else came at us after the ooze, so
Right.
we can assume it was somewhat clear.
A couple of goblins did escape though.
One of
true.
them did. Yeah, that's.
It might be
still have
worth
to remember that.
taking the approach. I mean, it's a cave. There's I assume an entrance to the cave that we might be able to hide near, and then perhaps a couple of us could go have a look.
Why
I'm-
not?
I'm
Let's go.
still for going there back, to investigate.
Yeah, that
Okay, let's go back.
That's why I had 4 solid, because I assumed I was able to use the arcane recovery. That's why I only have 3 now. So
Alright.
makes sense. Okay.
So back to the cave.
All right.
Okay. Let's take about 30 minutes to go back to the cave. That's about how far you said you went away from it in order to rest. You get back.
So that's like
So-
2 hours after we left.
So how do you in character say, okay, all we need to do is wait long enough until we can long rest?
You don't worry about how to say that in character. You just do what we just
I mean,
did.
but that is 100% what we're doing, though.
No, we aren't. We're literally going to explore the cave right now. If we were just waiting, we'd just spend 48 hours or 24 hours sitting at that camp spot.
Just the
We
deal
haven't.
is, if we engage something and it's gonna be big, we run.
Right.
Well, we can start looting the bodies. That would take some time, and we can have someone stationed at the various points where enemies might come from, like the entrance of the cave, the back of the cave. I think there's another pathway there as well.
Well, I assumed I'd have. I thought I had dark vision available to me, and I don't. Which means that my source of light is my sword. Which means if I can see them, they can definitely see me. So perhaps
You have a lantern though.
It's true.
How about we split up? 2 people stay at the cave entrance, including Barros, because he can't see, and 2 people explore the cave and loot things.
Yep. And maybe we can. I was gonna say we could maybe provide some covering fire as you're running out, if you get chased, maybe scare them off a little bit. So. Yep. I assume Eryn, you're going to check. You're going to go have a look at the battlefield. But who else? Is it you, Nalla, or you?
Sure.
Okay. Well, you guys keep an eye out for a rapier. I hold up my kind of singed rapier. Seems to have seen better days after stabbing that fucking oozy thing over there.
I'm sure the ogres will each have one.
Maybe man-sized, Nalla? I don't think I could pick up an ogre's rapier. Not also, anyways. All right,
Good.
then
I'm fine with that.
I'll stay.
So, you and Erifror stay. Fine.
You okay with this, Gal?
Yep. Though we should try to not make ourselves extremely visible at the cave entrance. About it.
Well, there's a couple ways we can do that. The first is, I mean, there's not a lot of cover approaching this cave, so the same thing that helped screw us approaching should help screw other people approaching us. So I say we stay just a little bit back in the cave mouth, so we're not visible. I mean, kind of as the light fades as you're looking into something, so we're not immediately visible from those approaching, and then kind of keep an eye out that way. I'll keep an eye out behind us. You keep an eye out in the cave.
How about you guys go up onto the ridges where the goblins were, shooting down at us?
That's a good idea. All right, we'll do that.
I'll need some help getting up there, Nalla.
No problem. Nalla picks up the dwarf and helps him up.
Alright. Easy enough to do.
Cool.
And I'll scurry up as well at some point.
Okay, so I assume because Eryn is kind of looking for traps also, then Nalla's going to let Eryn lead.
Early, but I don't think there will be any traps, like, not in the battlefield, like,
We already
maybe
know that
later.
if you run fast enough, traps can't hurt you anyways.
Oh, I will
Okay.
keep this in mind.
But firstly, I would like to move stealthily. So, do you want me to roll a stealth check? Sorry?
What's your stealth modifier?
5. Oh, never mind, 6 after the level up, sorry.
Mine's 3, and I'm going to do the same. Since I'm going to be with him.
Good to know. Alrighty. So where are you guys going first?
No, do you remember, was something there to the northwest? I remember you were there, but I don't know if, like, what did you see there?
Let's just go.
Okay. I'd like to check the north.
Let's just make
Oh,
sure
wait.
there's nothing alive here first, and then we can...
I wanted to say southwest.
Oh, I gotcha.
Can I look up?
Yeah, it's like northwest also will be some, but
Barros?
Sure.
I just want to... Can I see the cavern roof, or is it greater than my light source shows?
Yeah, you can see the cavern roof.
Does it look like any more of those enormous slime things hiding up there?
Doesn't look like it. No, immediately.
Can I see
roll
anything
me
that
up.
looks kind of... Okay, sure. I guess I'll tell you as I'm rolling the perception chest what I'm looking for. I'm looking for anything that looks like acid burns or acid trails or anything that just looks... It should be a roof. It shouldn't look like there's a bunch of passages and shit going up over there. So I'm kind of looking for anything that would remind me of the ooze. I rolled well. Should be good.
The cave's about 20 foot high here, but it's just fairly normal stalactites that you see. Nothing out of the ordinary.
Okay.
Okay, so you guys are continuing?
I want to check this area.
Just
Alright.
start walking
All
through.
the corners and everything.
Okay, so you start moving through these more narrow tunnels, and you can tell these are not built for, or if they were built at all, but it's natural cave system. Not comfortable for creatures, certainly of Nalla's size, to be moving through comfortably.
Unless chasing down goblins.
Okay. Okay, so to your right, you see that the floor of each cave is covered with a sort of grass pallet, almost like a bedding type thing. And you see a couple of rusty pots, some old tools, and a couple of goblin toys.
Fidget spinners?
This looks like goblin's chambers or some sort, where they slept, but nothing of interest, I assume.
Okay, keep looking then.
Quickly check.
Okay. See discarded bones scattered about the place in these sections of the caves, littered with bones of like small animals mostly. And there are some larger ones there as well.
The kitchen.
Could I tell if there were some like humanite skulls or bones?
Could be.
Okay. Okay, so let's start with this goblin, what he had.
Okay, search the body. Find a small scimitar and a short bow, along with 5 arrows.
Ooh. I will be taking those arrows, at least.
Whoa. Are shortbow arrows the same as longbow arrows? They are.
I think they are.
In the game there.
They're just arrows.
Okay.
Yeah.
But bolts are different than arrows for the game.
Do you see anything interesting, Nalla? Or everything still the same?
No, nothing interesting. Let's just make sure that there's no creatures first, and then we can check everybody.
Sure. That part. There wasn't much to the west. Is there also like
Some did come from the west, some came from the north. When Nalla is underneath where the ooze fell down, can she look at the ceiling for anything interesting?
Sure, roll me a perception check.
Specifically for where it came from.
It's just standard sort of stuff. Like you look up and it's just stalactites hanging.
Okay.
Don't be so paranoid, Nalla.
Hey, the thing comes out of nowhere and knocks me unconscious. Okay, let's continue.
Okay. Let me check the west side. We have a water over here. Is this just a ending of like some kind of river or?
It's a stream which pours through a narrow tunnel in the west wall. Forms a small pool. Yeah, that's.
Can I check how deep is the water? Like it's safely. Can I like go through it now? If I try.
It's ankle deep.
Deep. Okay. I would like to use my bow to just check the depth and go through it. Like, do I see something more? If I like.
It's still ankle deep, and like the incline gets steeper, and eventually it just disappears into a hole in the wall.
There is a hole in the like wall. It's like, and I cannot get through it.
You'd struggle to fit through this hole.
Okay.
I move somewhere and I see something.
I will go to Nalla then.
What did I see, Sully? What's this stuff to the north?
Okay. You look ahead and you see several like larger than normal rats just like chasing each other about up to the north.
Chasing each other about?
Yeah.
What's up, Nalla?
These look like giant rats, like human-sized rats.
They're not human
lot of
size.
them.
They're not that big.
Okay.
Dwarf
Just
size?
bigger than normal.
They look dwarf-sized. Nalla, without saying anything, motions for
Are these pack rats?
dwarves.
What do you know? Like, so I come
just
see?
motion for you to go a little closer to look.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Can they
Great.
tell if we're here? Dude, have they shown any sign of them being aware of our presence?
Apparently not yet.
And this is like another pile of bones over here.
That's what it looks like.
Alright, well, now let's not trying to fight that now. 'Cause there's a lot of them.
Just checking surroundings. It's unlikely that any captive humans would be there, so we can skip it for now. I'm more excited about the north part.
Is this like a chasm? Like a
Yep.
pit crossing? Okay.
A chasm, like a fissure in the actual rock itself. It's about between 5 and 10 feet wide.
And on the other side of the chasm is like does the passage just like, can we see where the passenger goes, or does it just like turn into nothing, or
Continues north. It turns a corner.
turns a corner? Okay.
Oh no, okay.
So maybe we'll go back there later. But for now, that's good enough.
Do I have?
I mean, we Nalla could just jump over, but
Yeah, we can do that later. I'm just looking. What do I have with me? Okay. And what do we have over here?
this looks like rocks.
Yeah. This looks like different.
1 second.
Oh, that looks very different.
I assume that's my like cobweb or something.
Hang on.
What's the big spider from Lord of the Rings called?
Shelob.
Once more? One at a time?
Shelob.
Shelob.
Okay. As you guys are like walking towards this sort of pit, and then it's got these shelves on either side, to the left and to the right, and there's one like straight forward, like around the corner as well. You hear like a movement coming from inside this pit. Almost just like leather rubbing together. That's what it sounds like. And then you hear a small squeaking sound. And then, without much more warning than that, a lot of bats, like hundreds of bats, come screaming up throughout the hole in this cavern, and just like completely encompass the entire cave system here. As a brief glimpse before these bats erupted from this hole, you look inside these some of these cages which are on top of these shelves, and you see several people of various races entrapped in there.
People.
People.
Alive?
Well, you can't really be sure now because you can't see them because of these bats.
So where did all the bats go? Are they just like flying around us?
Yep, they're still fluttering about. I need you to please roll me initiative.
Just the two of them?
Yep.
Oh boy.
We're swapping witty banter right now, Galgaliel.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wait, sorry.
I'm showing you my new spell.
I didn't pick my character.
Don't re-roll though.
No, it wasn't for big roll. It was my advantage. The second one.
Oh right.
So yes, I need.
Okay, so all these things everywhere, those are cages. Huh, interesting.
I'll just roll it again. So I'm in. 23.
Okay, Eryn, what are you gonna do? So to be clear, the bats are encompassing up to this point.
I'm kind of trying to like still be like standing and trying to look through the bats if I see anything else than
Or a
the
perception
bats.
check with disadvantage.
You see bats.
Yep.
Okay. Then I'm taking. Was that like considered as my action?
I is your perception so low? Did you not put wisdom at 16?
No.
Oh, okay. Sorry, what was your question?
If using the perception, like to looking around, if it counts as action.
Yes, searching is an action.
Okay, so that's gonna be my turn for now.
Alright. Nalla, what do you do?
Pull out the maul, the damaged one, and if
Mhm.
anything comes within range, other than what I know is an ally, anything that looks threatening, then hit it.
Okay. Alright, the bats continue to flutter about, but there's no change to where they're going. They continue fluttering about in this cave cavern. Eryn.
Maybe start killing all the bats?
I don't have that many arrows.
Oh shit.
I would like to move closer to these cages. To ours, like next to us. It would be.
You want to move closer?
Like here.
Okay.
Can I check like the closest one if I
The bats are still in your face and
still in my
fluttering about.
face.
And there's no one in this closest cage to you.
Okay. I'm taking down dodge action for now. That's
Okay.
my turn.
Well, the search, like the perception check, would have been the action.
So would I need to roll again or just
No, I mean, it doesn't matter what you roll. You searched, but you didn't find
I'm
anything.
searching.
I'm not going to make you arbitrarily
then
roll when there's
no
nothing
dodge action?
there.
Okay, fine. No dodge then.
All right, Nalla.
Alright. Nalla will take her giant hammer.
Yeah.
And she'll smack some of the bats in front of her.
Okay, roll on attack.
Oh god. Ugh. I feel like this is silly. No.
Okay, you hit.
Bats.
Roll your damage.
Okay, it's 8.
Okay, you managed to hit 2 of the bats out of the sky. Eryn, you take 1 point of piercing damage.
Bat droppings.
And Nalla, you also take 1 point of piercing damage.
Huh.
From what?
Okay.
Yeah, can
The
I tell
bats
from what?
attacking
The
them.
bats.
Oh, the bats are attacking back? So they're like biting him? Or biting her?
Mhm. Eryn, your turn.
We should head back for now, Nalla, and wait for the bats to clear out, and then come back to check the cages.
Fine. I only have 998 more to go.
And I want to move as far as like back as I can. 535, okay. And take a dodge action.
Nalla.
Alright, now we'll move back and she'll ready an action of if a giant swarm of bats gets within range of her, that she'll attack it.
Okay. Eryn, your turn.
Did the bats follow us at all?
No.
Okay.
Okay, I'll just move here and...
There are a couple which like flutter out, but then they like go back into the flock.
Okay.
So they are flank out and then like back again.
Just random ones, like not like there's no mass of them. The mass is staying in there. Okay,
Yeah.
let's just like leave and then if it's fine, by you, just drop combat.
I moved over here and checking out, like looking at the entrance.
Nalla.
Like,
Just gonna go down south. Assuming since the bats aren't following, then just that's that.
Okay, you guys move away, and you can still hear the noise of the bats from the north.
Okay.
Okay,
then all
so
the
you guys
stuff that happened,
join.
we'd like to tell
Yep.
them.
Yeah, since we are already here, we can share this information with others.
Right.
So what do you say?
Repeat all the stuff.
Okay, guys. We checked the cave. We see was some chasm to the north. That's like a huge pit, but there is some other path across it. Then there was some water stream to the west, which maybe could have been some other entrance, but it was really small to get through. Maybe goblins could. And then to our northeast, there are a lot of cages, with most probably with the captive humans, or maybe
Captive
just.
humans? Did you get a better
Lots of cages.
We couldn't get a better because of huge number of bats getting in our way.
Like
Yes.
the small furry blind things?
It's very strange. There is something going on there. It's like
Well,
it's like there's a hive mind of bats there. It's crazy.
well, bats hate light, so maybe we could create a light.
Light? Bats are blind.
Well, they go towards a place that doesn't have light, if I'm not mistaken.
I bet they don't like sound. I bet a thunder wave would help.
Bats aren't actually blind. Bats actually have very good vision. They just have better hearing.
They are just. They are not blind, but they are using the. What is it called?
Sonar location.
Googling in the break.
Yeah, the
Just
sonar
use-
location. Like when it hits something, they can tell when there is like some object in
Echolocation.
front of them.
Echolocation. That's what it is.
Yep.
Yeah.
But that's not sight related, that's sound related.
Right.
Correct.
Yeah, but that's what they are using, like for
Yes, thank you.
moving.
Good news.
Well,
Oh.
I
Yes.
can use thaumaturgy to make us very loud.
Can you do the thunder?
Underthinking.
Not when we are this exhausted, no.
Okay. Maybe later we come back and do the thunder.
No. I
So
want
that
to
was
check
the
it.
only
Ah.
exit out of this cave?
We yes, to the north over the chasm, but we don't know where it goes.
You want to check did you check to the west, wherever that was? That those other enemies came at us from?
Oh yes, it was. They just sleep there, cook some food there. It just is dead end.
Oh, right. One more thing. To our northwest, there was a pile of bones with a lot of rats playing
Oh yes.
around
that-
there. We didn't like go closer because they were like huge rats.
Well,
Really
Well,
huge.
well, Sully said they weren't huge. They looked huge. Out of character, they looked huge because they were They were the size of a human, but Sully said they weren't huge.
Are there soul taken?
That's what my character
in
is
this
saying.
world?
Like they are huge.
Other what?
Soul taken in this world? Are there like shapeshifters that can assume the form of many animals at once style thing in this universe?
I don't know what word you're actually saying. Salt what?
Soul taken?
Soul taken?
Yeah.
Not as far as I'm aware.
No idea what that word is, but there are many shapeshifters. In
I don't know what it
Dungeons
is
and
either.
Okay.
There's like doppelgangers that can change it to like humanoid forms and like take their memories and like.
All I'm saying, Nalla, is I haven't heard of this before. It's weird that it seems what you're describing with the rats seems really strange to me. Rats generally aren't real thrilled about loud, large figures. trundling
We
around
were
behind it.
very sneaky, and the rats did not notice us
I kind
because
of
we are super sneaky.
I look you all the way up and all the way down. I said yes, probably wouldn't even been noticed. No.
The rats never notice.
Well, we'll put that as the number one working theory, but I'll put the backup plan as something else is going on.
I
don't know.
still feel like we should, at some point, rest as soon as we can because reasons, and then thunder wave all the bats, and then kill all the rats, and
No,
then jump over the chasm.
I'm not a child. I can't go to sleep at like 2 in the, like 10 in the morning. Like, I've had a good night's sleep yesterday. Like, I don't need to
Also,
sleep again. We have things to do. It's not just time to like lie down and sleep. Christ.
Okay, we can just go kill the rats then.
If there are really people inside the cages, they could be starving or something. Like, we need to help them as soon as possible.
You ran away from bats. We have to deal with that first. Were the rats? Was there anything in that area? Just rats playing in a cave, on some bones.
Rats and bones.
In a dead end cave.
Looked like dead end.
Okay.
I couldn't see clearly the whole room there, but
Like 70% probably dead end.
Okay.
good counting, Nalla.
Well, I mean, it doesn't really feel like bats are that concerning. Should we light some torches and move forward? Fire generally scares off things like this.
Do we have any oil? Maybe we just light some oil on fire and then throw the oil on the bats.
Aren't they flying? Are they?
Well-
These are ground bats?
No, they're flying, but you just like I don't know, lick. I don't know.
Did ever like 50 bats fly at you? Did you ever experience that, Barros? It's
Maybe
not
we
as
just
awesome as it looks like.
have Barros wade through the 50 bats.
Okay, they're bats. I'll wade through 50 bats if I have to. Do we need to go through there? Are we gonna wait out the bats till it's convenient for them for us to go through that passage?
Ah,
Well,
I was hoping for the bats to like maybe fly out or something, but they seem like to flock back again.
There is some kind of creature controlling them, or some kind of magic controlling them. It's not
Well-
just a bunch of bats.
We could go over and have a look for magic.
Okay, yes, this is a good idea.
Let's do that. Alright, you lead the way. I'm gonna,
There was nothing else, though, so you can keep the sword out.
As this is all happening, I'm grabbing a couple of pieces of stone.
Alright.
Yep.
Alright, so let's just...
Galg. It's not across the tracks, it's down the line.
I had to get down the ledge first, though.
We'll assume eventually you made it.
Just 5 feet.
You're athletic, you can jump down, no problem. Yeah.
Alright.
Oops.
I could just bring out a lantern if we're worried about. Oh well.
No, that's fine.
Yes.
There isn't anything else.
Alright, where
Is
are these
your
bats?
light sword active?
Just go
The bats
north.
pretty much come up to about here.
Okay.
So you're just gonna like dance there for 10 minutes and then...
I'll step around the corner, and then I will begin casting the ritual of detect. What's it called? I think it's detect magic. But let me just make sure.
Detect
the name-
magic, I think.
Yep, detect magic.
Yes, detect magic.
Alright.
Where did the dwarf go?
That's under Barros.
Oh.
He's too small, we can't even see him.
Okay. About 1 minute into the casting, the bats all retreat down this hole and disappear.
They just retreat.
Okay, well then as Barros is still casting, Nalla is going to creepily walk forward. Stealthily.
You could be creepy too.
Okay.
Either way. So from here,
After
can
Nalla.
Nalla see if there's anything in the cages that... Like, are any of the things alive in the cages?
Yeah.
Are they covered in wet?
So you see, well, like lots of various races actually, but there's one dwarf who looks a little bit older. And he says to you, "Hey, quickly, go on, open these cages."
Which one? Which
Which
gate?
one is he in?
He's in the southern cages.
Okay, I will run to him.
Stealthily.
Stealthy run to him.
Don't run, just stealthy.
Do you run or do you stealth?
What's the one
Now
where
it's
you crawl
stealthy.
on your belly?
I do run.
It's not a bear crawl. What is it called?
Well, like when you're shuffling prone.
Rapid crawl. Is that what entering?
I don't know.
Okay. So, all in all, you see there are 6 what look like unarmed guards of like various ethnicities, all of them human. Yeah, like that. It would take a long time to actually describe these, to describe all of them. You see lots and lots of people, and the dwarf says, "All right, listen, there's some here and over on the other side as well. All right, need to get out of here without the goblins knowing. But I heard the noise earlier, so sounds like you've taken care of that."
What? Okay, what kind of locks are keeping them in the cages?
The very simple-looking ones, but not ones that could like be picked from the outside of the cages. Basically, what padlocks could be smashed off. Basically, is what they look like.
Okay, so Nalla smashes the dwarf's padlock.
Okay, you smash the dwarf's padlock, and like his all these cages are roughly between 4 and 5 foot cubed, which is fine for a dwarf. You had no problem there. But a lot of the humans look and others look very cramped in these conditions. He like steps out and he goes over to some of the other locks and he starts fiddling about trying to open them up.
Okay,
I'll help him with that, like with rescuing
Nalla
others.
will just smash all the other locks also, and
Okay.
and the southern side.
And a good number of people, count them up, probably between 10 and 20. In fact, about 20 people in total.
And we haven't done anything to the northern
All the
areas?
cages or the south?
Through all the cages, I presume you're going to open the northern ones as well.
Sure.
Maybe want to. Yes.
Okay, we killed the goblins.
Has that taken
So
10
let's-
minutes?
Oh,
No. It's
we
not
killed
taking
the
10
goblins.
minutes.
Let's get out of here.
Alright, sounds good.
By the way, what's your name? I'm Eryn.
My name's Morak.
Oh yeah, we heard about you. Weren't you supposed to go somewhere safe? How did it happen?
Let's get out of here first.
Yes, my thoughts exactly.
Okay. Well, after we helped everybody out, we are getting away.
Mm-hmm.
So nothing is happening, hopefully.
That
The
hole
West is
there.
coming back.
Now
Yeah,
it's
that the
just-
bats and how large is the hole that the bats retreated into?
It's about 5 foot in diameter.
So theoretically, we could plug it out. Okay.
So you could plug 5 foot in diameter, sure.
So, do all the villagers and the dwarf leave the cave safely?
Is it? I'm not going anywhere.
Oh, are you not escorting them? You're just letting them walk out?
I mean, Nalla's going to stay by Barros. Because Nalla still wants to know if there's any anything in the hole.
I'm treating rituals like they take all my concentration, and I'm not very aware of my surroundings as this is happening because I'm focusing on
Right.
this.
Pretty much.
Yeah. I'm going with them outside if they are going outside. Or
And you guys can break his concentration if you like.
Mm-hmm.
Just wait for it. Morak, as he's walking past you, Erifror, gives you like a warm smile. Kind of like looks you up and down and says, "Aye," and then continues walking with the others. So are you just having us walk all the way back without any sort of plan here? I don't know if you've noticed, but a lot of us are not very defensible right now.
You saying that to Erifror?
Yep.
We're waiting for my buddy here, and I point to Barros to finish his magic-y thingy. So once he's done with that, we can come up with a plan.
Well,
But in the meantime, you guys might want to just stay put.
in here. Are you mental?
Why not? We killed off the goblins and the ogres.
Well, you clearly haven't been here for the last week. At least one of you come with us.
I thought
What?
Eryn was.
But they want. Where do you want to go? To the Nightstone, or where exactly is your plan to go now?
Yeah, home preferably.
Do you know how it looks like now? It's pretty destroyed.
The dwarf looks towards the rest of the people, and then looks towards you and grabs your tunic and pulls you down to face to face with him. He says to you, "Listen, you've not been held captive for the last week or so, all right? But I'm going to say this to you once: watch what you say. These people do not have a lot to look forward to at this point in time, and telling them that their town's just been destroyed is a pretty fucking stupid thing to do." And he shoves you.
Don't worry. The town will be okay, especially with you back. Okay, so Nalla will motion for them to follow her, and she will start to go south to leave the cavern.
All right.
In the meantime, I'm passing out rations to just little bits of rations to everyone.
Okay, there are children here as well with these people. So, yeah. Okay.
So
A
do I
couple
take
of the
off
guards
one
look
hit?
about the cavern and see the kind of little goblin swords and stuff like that, and go to pick them up and sort of defend themselves. But these guys look pretty sickly.
Okay,
So they're picking some weapons from the goblins.
yes, they did. Okay, so has 10 minutes passed, or have the villagers left the cave with me yet, or...
Say a little bit of time passes, and then the villagers have exited the cave with you, and then the 10 minutes will have passed.
You guys work quick. Alright, so I finished casting my ritual, and who's still with me? Erifror only? Is that correct?
I think I'm there too, because now you are leading them out, right?
I did, yeah.
So I didn't. After what Morag did, I didn't go out with them.
Okay.
So I stayed there with you guys.
Where's this hole, Sully?
It's the hole that's there on the map.
I don't see it. Is this, unless this shadow is supposed to be whole?
You know the reason you can't see it is because you asked for your circle to be red.
The hole's red as well. Oh, look at that.
Easier to see without it.
I loved my red circle. Alright. Alright, I just want to... I have Detect Magic active, and I'm just looking for traces of magic. I'm looking around and into the hole.
No traces of magic here.
Okay, I'm gonna jog to the cave exit. I can move with that, nice. So... I want to catch up with Nalla and the group.
Mm-hmm.
Do I see any magic on any of them?
The prisoners?
Yes.
Nope.
Okay. No magic at all. Alright, so where has Nalla led them? Where are you leading them to?
Just right outside the cave, just a little bit to the east of the cave. And with the intention of waiting for you guys to come out of the cave, and then all of us going back to town.
Alright, I'll approach Morak as we're walking. I assume I'll say, Morak, can you tell us what happened?
Well, there was the attack by the giants. Or we think we're giants anyway. Perhaps best talk if we talk over here. And he
I follow him away
Yeah.
from the group a little bit.
yeah, he motions away from everybody else. He says, "Whoa, there was the attack, and one of the boulders went straight through the bridge. Now, normally when there's an attack on the town, we're supposed to retreat to the keep, but because the bridge was out, we weren't able to do that. People generally congregated around the eatery, the bar, kind of center of the town, I guess. And then, you know, with the bridge being out, it's best to just evacuate, get out of there as best you can. So I decided it would be a good idea to leave through the north, and you know, there's some protection within the hills of the forests. We had a bit of a discussion about it, and people generally wanted to go to the hills rather than the forest because, you know, relations with the elves aren't too great at this time. So we continued to head on north, and as we were walking, we were just intercepted by a band of orcs, and they brought us here and left us with these goblins. That's yeah, that was a good while ago now. It's difficult to keep track of time down there.
Is this everyone?
As far as I'm aware, they would come every once in a while and take someone away. We never really saw anyone that was taken. We never really saw them again. So unless they're in some other part of the cave, and I'm not an optimist about this, but I'd hope they're still alive. Just not holding out a hope about this one.
Well, let's get you guys back to town, but I think we will probably head back in, and if there's anyone left alive, we'll get them out.
Just a note about your elf friend. You want to tell him to watch his tongue about sensitive subjects, yeah?
Yeah.
I mean, we appreciate the help and all, and I don't want to come across as being ungrateful here, but these people don't have, like, they're running on empty.
As you said, elves, they're a different brand. They're just different culture, different type of person, really. Their interactions are a little strange sometimes. I'm sure he meant no harm. I apologize on his behalf.
Aye, just, well, we're at an understanding. That's fine. That's enough.
All right. Well,
So,
we can escort you at least as far back as Nightstone, and maybe for a night or so help set up some rudimentary defense, just so you guys get back on your feet a little bit. But we do want to come back and check for any possible survivors in the cave and figure out what the hell's going on here. There shouldn't be orcs and goblins. I mean, I know this area is dangerous, but this seems strange. Maybe I can ask you, does this seem a little strange that they've set up so close to town and are entrenched in these hills a little bit?
We've always been having trouble from orcs and goblins. It's part of the territory coming with the town, but for the most part they deal with the elves tend to deal with them. Or they just harass other places. But generally they haven't been bothering the town all that much. But with the defenses being down, I think with only the keep really being manned, it was free reign for the goblins just to sweep in.
So it's a couple hours back to the town, right?
It was longer than a couple of hours.
Okay.
Yeah.
But as we're walking, I don't want to bring this up immediately. So if Nalla, if you had things you want to do immediately, we can do that. But I have some things I want to kind of do as we're moving closer, as we're progressing.
No, just get everyone back to town as quick as possible.
Okay.
It's a good place to take a break.
Sounds good. All right, guys. Well, thank you very much for watching. We'll see you in the next episode.